Can't believe you came back for us. You saved our lives.
Lieutenant, you took a direct hit. How do you feel?
That wound looks bad. I don't think the lieutenant can talk.
Copy that. Lieutenant, what you just did was both the bravest and dumbest thing I have ever seen.
I kept count. You took out 11 of Rommel's best men.
American!
Make that 12.
Lieutenant, please try not to move.
Sarge!
Don't worry, we're gonna get you out of here.
You saved us. We're gonna save you.
Good morning, Lieutenant. I'm Colonel Ebbets. Welcome back to the land of the living. You've been through a lot, so I'll keep it brief. I'm with the Office of Strategic Services. Our mission is sabotage, subversion, and everything in between. We're taking the fight to the Nazis, going after the Third Reich on their home turf. We do some of the most dangerous work of the war, and we're looking for people just like you. Now, the sergeant and I go way back. He's an excellent judge of character. And for what you did in Tunisia, he's nominated you for the Medal of Honor.
Trust me, Lieutenant. I hate doing paperwork. But in your case, I made an exception.
You saved our lives.
I have a motto. Life is usually a pageant of idiots and fools. But occasionally, you find yourself in the company of good people. And then, anything is possible. Lieutenant, you are now going to hear the most important question I can ask. Would you like to join the OSS? Excellent. What about you, gentlemen?
It's simple. We go where the lieutenant goes.
Yes, sir.
I have every confidence you're going to make me look like a genius for recruiting you. Welcome to the OSS.
Welcome to the firing range, Lieutenant. Now that you're back on your feet, the Colonel thought we should give you a quick combat refresher. Your current objective is always shown on your sleeve. Take a look. Hover your hand over objects. Press the grip button to grab them. You can use either hand. Give your other hand a try. Now it's time to move, Lieutenant. I see you're right-handed, just like me. Good. Makes this training easy. Look at your sleeve again. The arrow always points in the direction you need to go. Use the left stick to move, the right stick to turn. To run, press in the left stick. Let's move on to live fire training. Remember, you can always adjust your comfort and controller settings by pressing the pause button and accessing the options menu. All right, Lieutenant, it's time to shoot stuff. Specialist McKinney is here to help you learn the basics. Grab the pistol from its holster on your hip. Squeeze the trigger to fire. Holding the pistol with both hands will give you more stability and accuracy. Press this button to eject the magazine. You can eject. Excellent job, Lieutenant. Bring the magazine up to the glowing indicator. Look at that. Squeeze. Now, let go of the pistol. A weapon will automatically return to its holster after you release it. Larger weapons will holster on your back. Reach over your shoulder and grab your M1A fire. Get that. The arsenal of democracy in action. Remember, you can always hold a weapon with both hands. Now, insert the new bingo. Pull the bolt back and release. Let it go. Automatically holster it over your shoulder. Now, reach over your other shoulder and grab the M1 Garand rifle. Fire away. Remember, hold it. This is why I love Recharge the Garand. It's ready to go. Beautiful weapon. Let go of the Garand and it will automatically return to its slot. You're doing great, Lieutenant. Let's move down to the next station. Here's Specialist Lamouche to help demonstrate some advanced weapon handling. You carry your pistol on your hip, and a larger weapon on each shoulder. When you pick up a new weapon, it will replace the one you currently have in that slot. Grab this cock. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Now get ammo for this K90. Fire away, Lieutenant. The K98 is a bolt-action rifle, so you reload by pulling and pushing the bolt after each shot. Great work. Let's go to the next station. Here's Specialist Lamouche to help demonstrate some advanced weapon. You grab this carabiner now. Shh. Grab a first aid syringe. Now comes the fun part. Stab yourself in the chest. The syringe will auto-inject the medicine. Voila! Good as new. You can store up to... Now comes the fun part. Stab yourself in the chest. Now on to grenades. Head up the stairs. Pick up an American grenade, which looks like a small pineapple. It's a Mark II fragment. To pull the pin, you can use your hand. Throw the grenade, Lieutenant. Now this is a German hand grenade. It's called a Stielhandgranate, though folks often just call it a potato masher. The German grenade also has a fuse inside. You activate it by pulling the cap at the bottom. Arm the grenade and throw it. Grenades are stored on your chest. Pick a grenade up and let it go. See how it automatically moves into place? Now pull a grenade off your chest. Excellent. You're ready to take on the Third Reich. When you're done with grenades, head on down the stairs to the firing range. Spend as much time at the firing range as you want. When you're done, just go through the door to return to headquarters.
It's Ollie, right?
Yes, sir.
Ollie, how old are you?
I'm 23. I'm 19. I'm 16. I have every right to be here. More than you, that's for sure. The Nazis didn't bomb Abilene, Texas. They bombed London, England. They destroyed my home. They burned my entire life to the ground, and now I want to do the same thing to the Third Reich. Go ahead, turn me in. I'll find a way to get to the front. How do you think I got to Tunisia? Forging transfer orders has become an hobby of mine. I will make it to France.
Ah, don't worry, Ollie. Your secret's safe. Pretty sure the lieutenant isn't gonna say anything.
Thank you, Sarge. Thank you, Lieutenant.
But I have 2 rules. Keep your head down and do exactly what I say.
Yes, sir.
You don't listen to me even once, I'll turn you over to the Germans myself, understand?
I understand, sir. I won't disappoint you. Either of you.
Somehow this motley crew has been tasked with saving civilization. God help us all.
All right. Enough talking, training, and tests. It's time to go after the Nazis. We're sending you into occupied France.
Yes, sir.
Your first mission is to make contact with the French resistance. You'll be working with a cell led by Manon Baptiste, who's been our eyes and ears on the ground since the war started. Your rendezvous will be along the coast, at the St. Catherine Lighthouse. The Germans are using as an observation post. The resistance will give you a signal when it's safe to come ashore. You'll have 3 days to assist the resistance, gather intelligence on German activity, and sabotage targets of opportunity. I'm talking about a small communications relay or a fuel truck, not anything like blowing up a train or destroying Gestapo headquarters. This is your first OSS mission. Baby steps. Now I want to introduce you to Huxley, our quartermaster. She'll get you set up with what you need, plus she'll give you some nice goodie bags for the resistance. 3 days in and out. Keep it simple. I'll see you on the other side. Dismissed.
Hello, I'm Huxley, your quartermaster. I'm here to brief you on weapons, gear, and all the threats you'll face. I'm backed up by a full model shop, a sewing brigade, and the best gunsmiths the Allied nations have to offer. Have a look around. I'll be happy to answer any questions you have. The semi-automatic P08 pistol. The Nazis love this weapon. If you get your hands on one in the field, be sure to show them you like that. Well, this is quite the treat. Your friend Marcel made this custom for you in his workshop. Talk about something that goes boom. It's easily the most lethal sidearm we have at close range, though it comes with a massive bullet spread. There's also an intense kickback when firing quickly one-handed. Either hold it with both hands while firing, or take a short pause between each shot to account for the recoil. Spent shells can be ejected by simply jerking the weapon in any direction. After new shells are loaded, the barrels can be reset in the same one-handed way. In the right hands, this simple combat knife is every bit as deadly as a machine gun. A knife is always lethal when thrown at enemies. If your knife ever gets stuck on the ceiling, you can always shoot your weapon to dislodge it. And, with a little practice, the knife can be held in place between hands. Potato, potato. The German hand grenade's oblong shape prevents it from rolling around like an American Mark II. Ah, yes, the Panzerfaust. A disposable anti-tank weapon with an extremely potent warhead. You need both hands to use it, but it packs quite a punch. Packed tight with explosives, the gammon grenade is a small bomb. Using this weapon carries a lot of risk, but the reward is a massive, instantaneous explosion at the point of impact. It will explode on any surface, including a Nazi. After the cap is pulled, the gammon grenade can be held indefinitely. But now that it's armed, there's no going back. Make absolutely sure you throw it far enough. Otherwise, you will have a very bad day. Sometimes you just need a shotgun and nothing else will do. At close range, this weapon has no peer. Perfect for clearing corridors and bunkers. The M1919. It's similar to the MG42, but completely different. A high-fire rate combined with rapid accuracy makes it the perfect weapon for covering corridors and long The MP40, a deadly German submachine gun. A1, but in the right hands, it can be more lethal. The MP40 has reliable accuracy and a slightly larger magazine, but it has the lowest firing rate among all automatic weapons. However, the MP40 doesn't go wild like other automatic weapons do when firing the entire magazine at once. The M1A1 submachine gun, the weapon of choice for many American officers. 30 bullets in the magazine. This special weapon is on loan from Colonel Ebbets. Apparently it's a family heirloom. He calls it Uncle Nate's Rough Rider. I call it an exquisite Nazi killing machine. It can be fired entirely one-handed, with only minimal impact to accuracy. And it's the only rifle in your arsenal that can be reloaded entirely one-handed. While slightly less lethal than a bolt-action rifle, it's deadlier than any semi-automatic. The Rough Rider is best for mid to long-range combat. And it can be slam-fired by holding it two-handed while keeping the trigger squeezed. Just remember to pop the lever after every shot. The Gewehr 43, an impressive weapon. It requires a bit more effort to reload than the Garand, but it comes with a larger magazine. It's every bit as accurate as the other semi-automatic weapons, but rapidly firing the Gewehr's entire magazine will cause its accuracy to go wild. The sergeant already told you how much he loves the M1 Garand. Everything he said is true. It's reliable, accurate, easy to reload, and easy to aim. Of all the semi-automatic rifles in your arsenal, the Garand has the highest stopping power. Its only real drawback is the low magazine size. The on-block clip only holds 8 rounds, but it auto-ejects quickly for a fast reload.
Huxley, what's that?
When conducting sabotage in the field, you'll often attach explosives to your target. In lieu of dynamite, practice attaching one thing to another with this decidedly non-explosive piece of paper. Then, light it on fire. When blowing something up, the detonator is what kicks off the festivities. Use both hands and push down on the plunger. the K98K. In the right hands, a weapon of extreme lethality. Every shot of the K98K is perfectly accurate when you hold it in hand.
Keep an eye on the lighthouse. We're supposed to look for a signal. Works for me.
That explosion got the attention of all the German patrols in the area. This place is about to be crawling with Nazis. Lieutenant, we need you to eliminate all incoming enemies, while Ollie and I help Minot with the supplies. Load up on ammunition and first aid. The Germans will be there any second. Lieutenant, looks like enemy reinforcements are heading up the road. Be ready. You eliminated the last of the German patrols. Search the house for German documents. Minot says the Nazis have a code book in there. Keep looking for the code book, Lieutenant. I'm sure it's in the house somewhere. Says the German commander in charge of the lighthouse was incredibly lazy and was always taking naps. Search the area by the bed. Excellent work, Lieutenant. Always keep your eye out for code books and reconnaissance photos. Every bit of information will help us win the war. And who knows, you might be able to liberate some music for your record collection. Stand by, Lieutenant. We're heading your way. Then it's on to Dubuisson.